Hello everybody, how are y'all doing? Hope you're doing blessed and highly favored per usual. I'm feeling blessed and highly favored per usual, alright? We are going to get started with this. Hope you all had a blessed day. Hope you all had an amazing day. Shoot, as of right now, it's 11/23/2021. Like how I like to play around, y'all probably won't get this video till 2 weeks after. But anyways, if you would love to distribute my cards, my new card, these my new card, boom boom, then let me know your PO box or mail address or however you want them sent to you, and I will get straight to it. But anyways, this topic is about having the courage. Now we can all say having the courage. Like for example, some of us take the leap of faith, but then when we see that the leap of faith is quote unquote taking too long, then we step out of our courage. So just because you took one leap of faith, if you don't finish the leap of faith, you didn't have courage. All right. Also has unfinished business. Number one, take a leap of faith. You could take a leap of faith, but the point of taking a leap of faith is so that your faith extends. And what I mean by sort of faith extends, you take one step into the business, take one step into entrepreneurship, you take one step to changing your life, your mindset, and breaking the family curse. You take that one step. So now that you took the one step, you don't expect yourself to take two more steps, take four, all the way to 500 steps. You gotta keep on taking those steps because if you don't keep on taking those steps, everything that you're doing is in vain. You say you're doing it for your mother, if you say you do it for your father, your cousin, your family, your lover, your future, but then you quit. There's no way that you're doing it for them. If you're thinking about the time that it shall expand, you can set goals for the time that expands. But if you quit just because it's not expanding like how you want it to expand, then you put in all that you said that you were doing it for in vain. If I was to quit right now, that means my talent would be wasted. I wouldn't be doing it for my brother. I wouldn't be doing it for my future. I wouldn't be doing it for my mama. I wouldn't be doing it for family. I wouldn't be doing it for a legacy. I wouldn't be doing it to fulfill the works of God. If I was to just quit today, everything would be in vain that I was, and oh, also everything that I would be teaching to y'all or no, that I'm messaging to y'all, it would be in vain because then I would be a hypocrite because then I wouldn't have took heed until what I told y'all. And so if I'm going to say something to y'all, I'm going to make sure it applies to my life as well. Like when I was saying the presence of God, the next day I had a moment, then I was like, hold on, the presence of God is with me, just like I told these people, just like I told God's children that hey, the presence of God is with you. The spiritual presence of God will always be with you. And that the reason why we can't see the physical presence of God is because it's too much for us to handle. So I had to reflect back on that, and I was like, you know what? The presence of God is always with me. When the devil be trying to attack, he's always with me. And God is always with me. Because taking that leap of faith, because I remember when I first took the leap of faith for God, at first it started with a scripture. No, first it started with a verse of the day. Then it started with a scripture a day. Then it started with two scriptures. Then it started with a page. Then it started with a chapter. Then it started to a devotion of reading it day by day by day. And now all the way to preaching and leading the people of God. That's series of leaps of faith. But get this. I first read a scripture in 8th grade by myself in 8th grade. I was reading it because I wanted to get to know the Lord. But then things intervened. Alright, so that counts as a leap of faith. But things intervened, alright? That was a pausing point. So then I got back. I got back 10th grade. Then there was a pausing point. Then 11th grade. It wasn't like a pausing point. It was actually more and more, but it was steady and steady. So now 12th grade. We at 12th grade. I was reading it. I was reading it. I was reading it. Then we go to after graduation. I'm reading it like crazy. So through the series of stops, continuations, and then commitment. That was four and some months. 4 years and some months. That starts from the leap of faith right there. So if I was to give up like how people give up on their businesses, I wouldn't be this far. I didn't just be like, oh shoot, one day I'm gonna read these chapters day by day by day by day. I didn't start doing that. I started from a verse of the day, being forced to do a verse of the day. But that wasn't the reason why I did it. I wanted to get to know the Lord. So I had the leap of faith. I went from a scripture to preaching the scripture. I'm not preaching to being a messenger of the scripture. Or if I call myself preaching, how about speaking of the scripture? I'm a speaker of the scripture. From reading a scripture to a speaker of the scripture. That is a long jump. From I'd say, okay, 8th grade, probably 4 years. Probably four is between four and a half, it's probably 4.5 years. I didn't overcome it with a year. There was no way I did everything with a year, cause I had on my heavy trials and I was still in a different life. So there was no way that the Lord was just gonna be like, shoot, I'll give you this mentality while you're in that lifetime. No. The Lord waited on me to be ready for the life He has prepared for me. Then He inserted my mentality into that life once I committed to Him. Alright, number two, step out of your comfort zone. Yes, step out of your comfort zone. Oh, it feels good to go back to bed, don't it? But as soon as you go back into bed, you waste 30 minutes of an hour. Now you got to catch up 30 minutes to an hour. Now you either got to risk your mind. Now you got to risk your mind, risk family time, or risk time with your loved one. Or no, I was going to say risk time with your business, but no. You risk one of those. So I'd rather have sleep at the end rather than sleep between the business hours. Because what if I get a call? What if somebody tells me, say they want a partnership? What if somebody says they want to collab? What if somebody says they want to buy a product? And if I sleep for those 30 minutes, next thing, they could go to somebody else since I didn't answer. Yeah, it's okay to start my business at 5 a.m. But let's say if I was somebody who's just getting up at 5 a.m., no, I get up at 4 a.m. I get up at 4 a.m. sharp every day. 4 a.m. sharp. So that by the time my business hours over, I already had an hour. I done did my spiritual. I did my spiritual. I did my prayer. I did my hygiene. By that time, I would have did all of that. So I'm good. But if I was somebody that woke up like 4:30, 5 o'clock, well, somebody calls me right at 5 a.m., then you messed up. So you gotta step out of that comfort zone. Sleep is wonderful. It was made for us to rest. It was made for us to restore our energy. But we cannot sleep all the time. I have to set boundaries for myself. For example, I sleep 5 hours. That's why I sleep 5 hours, because my life requires me to only get 5 hours. Once my passive income overflow like crazy, then I can get more hours. No, I don't even think I will because it's already in my brain to just have 5 hours. But it'll be oh no 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 it'll be more it'll no not more sleep time. Be more time with loved ones and family. There you go. Cause the grind will still be the same. I just get more time with family. That's all. More time with family, more time with my loved one. That's how it's supposed to be. You don't get more. You're not supposed to get more sleep. Like let's say, okay, maybe if my passive income goes increasingly, I'm first going to make sure that I get more time with my family and my lover before I get sleep. Because I'd rather them have comfort than me have comfort. Alright, because they are my comfort. So let's say I get some extra hours due to my passive income flowing like I don't know what. I'll make sure I spend more hours with them. Then if I got another hour to sleep for it to equal to 6 hours, then that is something I can do. But until then, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone until then. You cannot get comfortable. Only get comfortable with the uncomfortable. But you cannot get comfortable. Once you stop setting goals, you get comfortable. Because you know when people start saying goals, they start getting fat, they start getting weak, their mentality is poor, their grind is useless, and their hustle is insufficient. All they all feel like a tax, but it's the truth. You stop working, you stop doing things for yourself, you stop doing things for your family, and you become lazy. If you become lazy, isn't that the same thing as not doing anything? If like for example, you lazy, you not doing anything. There's a difference between you're not doing anything after you don't grinded your behind off of your passion. Yeah, you could do nothing for a moment, but I'm talking about the people that are lazy and they feel like, oh, they just did 8 hours of work for the whole day and now they feel like they should rest. Rest? I mean, it's not lazy, but like, come on, you're not late. I mean, yes, you are. You are lazy. You are lazy. Or maybe you're not lazy, you're just in your comfort zone and that you don't understand your passion, you don't understand your purpose. So use those other hours to seek your purpose. Once you understand your purpose, once you seek your purpose, seek what you can do to get that purpose. And spend that time, money, and knowledge that you have, time, money, wisdom, to reach that purpose of life. Nobody is really lazy. They just don't know them. So I take that back for calling y'all lazy. Y'all aren't lazy. The ones who just working a 9 to 5 just come home and chill and do nothing. Y'all aren't lazy. Y'all just don't know what y'all are here for. And I want y'all to find out what y'all are here for. It's crucial that you find out what you are on this earth for. All right. Number 3. Don't prolong the process. Please don't prolong the process. You prolong like every delayed gratification is key. But there's a difference between delayed gratification and when you're prolonging the process. Like you're like, this is you. This is you. Oh, I know it's gonna take 10 years, so let me take my time with it. But delayed gratification is okay, it might take 10 years, but let me do the best that I can so I can at least make it a 9. Then the next year, you know what? Since I took 1 year, this should take 9 now. Let me get to 7. Then the third year, oh, it's supposed to take me 8 years. Let me get to 6. So on, forth. That's the difference. Delayed gratification and prolonging the process. You're doing it at a constant rate right here. Okay, it's a constant rate, so let me do it. Okay, 10 years, 10 years, let me do it at a constant rate. Let me divide 10 years by the hours that I put on this. Versus me or other people that are in my category. All right, speaking, I should take off in 5 to 10 years, maybe even 15, whatever the Lord wants to do. I'm going to make sure I put in enough work. I'm going to make sure I'm self-efficient. I'll make sure I'm disciplined enough, give the people the word that they need, give them what they need in order for them to level up in life. And I'm going to deliver, be deliberate for the rest of my life. I'm going to make sure I go all in 150%, go in like no other. That is delayed gratification. And with delayed gratification, you actually you love it more than a constant. 'Cause a constant, you're like, I knew it was gonna take this long. But versus with delayed gratification, I'm talking about you could be thinking it's gonna take 10 years to get that business roaring, but next thing you know, it just took you 5 years. Why? Because you didn't do it at a constant rate. You did it at a Lord willing rate. I do everything at a Lord willing rate. I don't do anything at a constant rate. I'd be like, Lord willing, if I get to do this, then thank you. If I don't, then I'm fine with it. Versus the constant. The constant is, man. I'm just gonna pace. I'm just gonna do a slow pace. You can pace yourself, but I'm talking about you gotta do a pace that's gonna help you elevate. All right, do a pace that help you elevate, that help your family elevate. I have a couple people at my table right now. Right now, I'm thinking of 5 people at my table, but so far only 3 people has filled the roles that they are supposed to do. Now, the 2 other people that I didn't speak on, they're not at my table, but I'm thinking that they should be at my table. But I have to wait on them to realize who they are so I can see if they are worthy to be at my table. Don't put people on your list of your table until you understand that they know their purpose and until you understand that they are willing to put in the work. All right. That's why I put blank, I put their name and their name, question mark. But the other 3 people, I got what they're at my table for and how I can impact them. All right. And I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope y'all really do. God bless y'all. Remain blessed and highly favored. If you like distribute my cards, I send them to the PO box, your mail address, or however you love for me to send them. And all right, I will talk to y'all in the next video, and I will see y'all later.